society that jails people, that throws humans in cages. People like this should be going to jail. People who are orchestrating nationwide anti-union campaigns that are running afoul of the law.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
On Thursday, U.S. District Judge Mark Goldsmith, an Obama appointee, reversed his decision to issue a nationwide cease and desist order that would have prohibited Starbucks from discharging employees that participate in protected union activities. The judge cited unspecified quote-unquote errors in his decision to reverse his order, and in the new order said that the NLRB actually failed to show that Starbucks has implemented a corporate-wide anti-union policy such that a cease and desist order should apply to every Starbucks location in the country. And how can you say that? You don't even have to have the NLRB show you that. You can just look at the news. Anytime there's a union campaign, you can see them illegally retaliating against their employees. This is just the most insane thing. Really, really, really absurd. I don't know how you can say this.
Sounds like some lawyer weaseling.
Yeah. It would be nice if he showed us the errors instead of just saying there were unspecified errors in his previous ruling. Well, show us what errors you're talking about, because you previously agreed with the NLRB. You previously agreed with the NLRB to such an extent that Judge Mark Goldsmith issued a nationwide cease and desist order, something that hasn't been done in decades. The idea that this guy just, whoopsie-doopsie, I'm throwing out this nationwide, this unprecedented activity. You are convinced to take an unprecedented level of action against Starbucks, reasonably, rightfully, I think, in my opinion, and I think, frankly, objectively, that's the right thing to do, because we can see how the retaliation has affected the union campaign.
It's a clear pattern. It is a clear pattern of law breaking.
Right.
Intentional and obvious
and absurd. It's just, how do you come to this conclusion? And so instead, the new injunction specifically prohibits only the Starbucks store in Ann Arbor, Michigan from firing employees who attempt to unionize. It's crazy.
An abrupt reversal. Yeah, I would absolutely say so. I mean, when you told me this, I couldn't help but think about The Godfather and the classic scene where the guy wakes up and his prize horse's head is in the bed with him. He got the memo. He changed his mind.
Right.
I'm not saying anybody's done anything to U.S. District Judge Mark Goldsmith, but boy, he sure did have an abrupt reversal.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
who's
one
been
thing
in his ear. I don't know if he, does feel legitimately pressured, threatened. I don't know what, But
it's
like you
just
said,
so
he
weird.
made a huge decision and felt confident enough to take that huge decision, knowing what a big deal it was going to be, and knowing this is going to get a lot of attention, a lot of eyes are going to be on this. Right. And if I'm a U.S. District Judge and I'm about to issue a ruling that's going to be pretty groundbreaking,
I'm going to think about it.
I'm going to think long and hard about it. I would anticipate what the opposition would be. Right. And I mean, he had to have known this was not going to go over well with corporate America.
Right.
And of course, Starbucks specifically, but, more broadly, corporate America. So I don't know. I mean, we might need to check on Judge Goldsmith. Yeah. We might need to check on him.
Yeah, where are his kids?
I don't know. Maybe they're holding his dog hostage or something. Frankly, given the clear pattern of intentional law breaking by Starbucks, there's very little you could tell me that would surprise me.
Right.
About conduct or misconduct they may or may not have committed.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, you've got to, people need to start going to jail for stuff like this. If we're going to be a society that jails people, that throws humans in cages, The people like this should be going to jail. The people who are orchestrating nationwide anti-union campaigns that are running afoul of the law, people that are, hiring children to work in dangerous work environments for 12 hours a day. These people need to go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but, Citizens United under the Supreme Court declared corporations as people for the purposes of political contributions.
But for nothing else.
But for nothing else, right? People are locked up.
Mm-hmm.
People are given death sentences.
Right.
But companies, there's no equivalent punishment to companies that egregiously violate the law, intentionally violate the law. They know that violating the law is just one of many costs of doing business the way they want to do business. And they can easily, accommodate these measly fines. Okay, we gotta post a letter up in the break room. We gotta bring that one person back. Then we make their life hell until they quit. It's just, it's such an unlevel playing field. And so I know that it's easy for us as union folks to get dispirited and get disenchanted, and especially when we see the statistics of the decline in union membership. But it's also remarkable how many folks are organizing and are unionizing in spite of these odds and in spite of the tremendous inequity in our legal system.
Yeah.
So I just want to send solidarity to all of the workers at Starbucks. You guys have really, lit a fire in the labor movement and in the working class in America. Really, I think the Starbucks union drive has been huge. There are folks who don't pay attention at all to unions, don't even pay attention to politics, who know about this.
Right.
And I think that's big. So shout out to Birmingham Starbucks. Shout out to our sisters and brothers over in Scottsboro. Just keep it up. And somebody go check on Judge Goldsmith and his family and make sure everybody's okay.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.